By day, Jenn Johns is a kindergarten teacher at Steeples Elementary School in Cranbrook. But once the final bell rings, she trades the classroom for a kitchen where her passion for baking is now keeping her busy.
It initially came from having a blog, and I thought that all these recipes are out in the world, and I wanted to start trying a whole bunch of them. And I thought, you know what, I want to start making these cakes, because that was the passion, was the baking part. And if it wasn't going to taste good, what was the point? So I wanted to find, number one, recipes that taste outstanding, and then I've learned how to do the decorating to make them look as good as they taste.
And John says that passion for baking stems from a very young age.
Right from when being 1 or 2, there's pictures of me with the batter, and it's on our mantle in my parents' house. And always been involved. Lots of the tricks that I use now are ones that my mom taught me while baking throughout my life with her.
These days, Johns is mastering the art alongside her partner, Paul Dalcanale, who makes up the other half of JJ's custom cakery, an opportunity he says they're fortunate to have.
I think that's a lot of things that probably most couples don't get to actually do. So you get to see that other side of the person, and you get to work together on projects, which is it's fun.
And together, the two have sculpted out some interesting creations so far, something even Paul, who primarily works behind the scenes, quickly warmed up to.
It's actually a lot of fun. Initially, it's a little intimidating, but once you get into it, you realize it's almost kind of like model work.
One of the very first ones that we did was a replica of Peggy's Cove Lighthouse, and we actually had it. She sent us the picture of it, and we sculpted it, had the rocks and a working light in the top of it. And the lady, when I brought it to her, she burst into tears because she was so happy with it. So we've had that a couple of times, that people have just been overwhelmed with how excited they are for the cake, that there's been tears, and that's an amazing feeling.
That's gonna be tasty cookie dough.
Back at the school, Johns has also been able to share her love of baking with the students.
We started a baking program last year too, to run at lunchtimes with the older kids, because I wanted to incorporate that into it and more of the decorating stuff. But with my kindergarten kids, we focus on the math aspect, the literacy aspect with learning procedures and writing, and learning the reason for a recipe, like what's the point of one. I've showed them pictures of Elmo cakes and whatnot, or if I've done a cool cake, I'll bring a picture in that Paul's printed off for me. And they'll look and they'll think it's cool, but I'm not sure that they actually really get it, that I do that, but they do like the cake scraps that I bring them.
As for her long-term plans, Johns is keeping her options open, but more than happy right where she's at.
If that day comes when we are able in the position that Paul and I are both full-time running JJ's, that would be excellent, but I also can't entirely say that I would like to give up my teaching job. I love my kindergarten kids, I love the job that I do, but right now it's just a really lucky thing that I'm able to combine both.
Blaine Evans, Shaw TV, Cranbrook.